Russia backs out, then makes a 180 on the International Space Station. Hey everybody, it's Joel Tiger with Stegosaurus.tv. Last week, Yuri Borisov, the newly appointed head of the Russian space program, made an announcement that Russia would be pulling out of the International Space Station by 2024. This news came rather abruptly, but was then backpedaled by Roscosmos, that's the name of the Russian space agency, when they told NASA the very next day, never mind, we want to keep flying on the ISS. So, chto deliatche, ruskia? What are you doing, Russia? Politics and science are never a good mix. Borisov had just walked out of a meeting with Putin before he made the cancellation statement. Obviously, Putin is not happy with the international community right now because of all the sanctions against Russia due to the Ukraine war. That's how sanctions work, dude. So, to play politics, Putin told Borisov to pull out of ISS. Luckily, the folks over at Roscosmos are a little more down-to-earth than the folks at the Kremlin. Vladimir Solovyov, who is a flight director for the ISS, made a statement on the Roscosmos website the following day stating that if Russia pulls out of the ISS in 2024, then they will never achieve their goal of opening their own space station in 2028. We must take into account that if we stop manned flight for several years, that it will be very difficult to restore what has been achieved. Obviously, this message was relayed to Putin, and Borisov was told to stand down on his recent threat. So, never mind, business as usual. Now, the ISS is scheduled to be abandoned and sent to the ocean in 2024, but President Biden and NASA are working to extend the service life of the station to 2030. The ISS is run by NASA, Roscosmos, JAXA, the Japanese Space Agency, the European Space Agency, and Cosmos, the Canadian Space Agency. No, it's not really called that. If NASA is going to get the station life extended, then all of the other 14 countries will have to agree to it. And by agreeing to it, they mean they have to pay for it. Even though the International Space Station is an international medley of Earthlings, the Americans and the Russians are truly running the show, and with separate duties. The American astronauts are in charge of keeping the solar panels aligned and providing the entire station with power. They also have the task of maintaining the gyroscopes that keep the station stable. The Russian cosmonauts are in charge of keeping the whole thing in space. There is a cargo vessel attached to the side of the ISS that acts like a tugboat when the station needs adjustments to its orbit. Without the cooperative efforts of the Russians and the Americans, the ISS would not fly. Serving as a microgravity and space research laboratory, the International Space Station has been in orbit since 1998. NASA is headed back to the moon in 2024, and everyone and their mama is trying to get to Mars by the 2030s. Do we need to keep the ISS flying, or is it time to move on? Tell me what you think in the comments. The ROSS, Russian Orbital Service Station, or ROS, is an all-new, only Russian space station that is supposed to begin construction in 2026. The new station will feature all new modules and technology, as well as being an Airbnb for Russian space tourists. The ROSS will not be the first Russian space station in Earth's history. Russia operated the Mir space station from 1986 to 2001. It was the first modular station that was assembled in orbit and the largest man-made satellite before the ISS. This summer, 2022, China has launched the final modules to its new space station, the Tiangong, which means Heavenly Palace. The Chinese space station will focus on long-term human space habitation, regenerative life support technology, and automated flight, cargo delivery, and refueling systems. Currently, the Tiangong and the ISS are the only space stations in orbit. Thank you for watching Stegosaurus.tv. If you want to stay up to date on all the great leaps that mankind has to offer, then please like this video and hit the subscribe button. My name is Joel Tiger, and I will see you in the next transmission. Later, Earthlings.